All right, let's jump right in. Everyone is talking about the next billion-dollar AI startup, right? But what if I told you the real money, the quiet, consistent money, is being made in some of the most overlooked corners of the internet? We're talking about simple, almost boring businesses that are pulling in thousands every single month.
And this quote just perfectly sets the stage. While the whole tech world is in this massive competitive frenzy, a much smarter strategy is popping up. It's all about avoiding the fight by going back to the absolute basics. It's not about writing complex code, it's about providing simple, clear value. So, what are we actually talking about here? Well, the core concept is something called digital real estate. I want you to completely forget thinking of these as just websites. Start thinking of them as properties. Simple, super niche directories that you build, you monetize, and this is the key part, you can eventually sell, just like you would a house.
So why is this boring model suddenly a gold rush? It's pretty simple, actually. In a world that's getting more and more complex, simplicity, it just stands out. Let's dig into why this is probably the smartest move you can make online right now.
This is a huge mindset shift, so pay attention to this one. Think about McDonald's for a second. At the end of the day, they're not really a burger company, are they? They're one of the biggest real estate companies on the planet. And the exact same logic applies here. You're not just building a list of, say, gluten-free sushi spots. You're creating a valuable piece of digital property.
Okay, now for what is maybe the most crucial step of this whole thing, finding your micro niche. This is the secret sauce for real. Most people who try this fail because they think way too big. The real key is to find a small, super passionate audience and just completely dominate that little space.
Just look at these examples. Trying to build a directory for all restaurants in a city? Impossible. You'll get crushed. But a directory for gluten-free sushi? Now that's a space you can own. Same with AI tools, way too crowded. But a directory specifically for AI podcasting tools? Now we're talking. You've got a real business there. And my absolute favorite, luxury porta potties. Sounds hilarious, right? But it's a super high-value specific niche.
So how do you actually find these little gold mines? Well, here's a brilliant trick. Dive into Reddit. Seriously, find a subreddit where people are incredibly passionate and, even more important, where they're complaining about something. A community like poutine crimes, where people obsess over pictures of bad poutine, is a perfect signal. It shows passion and a problem. You can swoop in and build a directory for the best poutine. Find the pain point, find the passion, and you have found your niche.
Okay, so you've got your killer idea. The next question is always, but how do I build it? I'm not a coder. Well, the great news is you absolutely, 100% do not need to be.
We are living in an unbelievable time for this stuff. With modern no-code platforms and AI agents, you can literally just tell an AI, hey, build me a directory of stem cell clinics in San Francisco and have a functional website up and running in less than 20 minutes. The technical barrier, it's just gone. Now, getting the basic data for your directory, that's one thing. But this is where you create real, defensible value. See, anyone can scrape a list of names and addresses from the web. That's a commodity. The real value, the moat around your business that competitors can't cross, comes from enriching that data manually.
And what does enriched data actually mean? It's simple stuff, really. It's answering the questions that users truly care about. The little details that Google Maps just doesn't have. If you're building a dog park directory, finding out which parks have shade or fresh water fountains, that's the information that makes your site totally indispensable. That's the gold. So, you've built your property. You've filled it with incredibly valuable information. Now for the really fun part, getting found by your audience and turning all those visitors into actual revenue.
Okay, now check this out. What do you think this number is? It's not thousands, it's not tens of thousands, it's the number of monthly visitors you need to start monetizing your directory with paid listings. Just 500, that's it. It's so incredibly achievable when you're in a tiny niche.
And this table basically lays out your game plan. You can start with those paid listings, letting businesses pay you to be featured. As your traffic grows past a few thousand, you can layer on some display ads. And for the right niche, affiliate links can be a massive income source. The key is, you just layer these strategies on top of each other as you grow.
Now, it's really important to expand our thinking here for a second. A directory doesn't just have to be a list of businesses. It can be a collection of anything, really, even a simple, single-purpose tool. And the potential here is, well, it's kind of staggering.
Take a look at this number, 800,000. You know what that is? That's the monthly traffic for a dead simple website that does one thing.
It provides a blank white screen. That's it. People use it to check their monitors for dead pixels or for lighting in photography. It is the definition of a boring tool, and it gets massive traffic. Perfect for making money with display ads.
And this all brings us to the end game. Because this isn't just about creating a little side income every month. It's about playing the long game and building a real, tangible, sellable asset.
Directory expert Frey Chu lays out this philosophy perfectly. The goal first is to build the site to a point where it's generating a few $1,000s a month in passive income. But more than that, from day one, you are building it with the intention to sell it. You're documenting your processes, you're structuring it to be a turnkey business that a future buyer can just take over.
This right here, this is the ultimate takeaway. The monthly income is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but the real wealth, the life-changing money, is created at the exit. A simple, boring website that solves one specific problem for one specific audience, that is the path to creating a digital asset that you can sell for 5, maybe even 6 figures. So look, as everyone else is out there chasing the next complicated, hyped-up trend, just remember that the biggest opportunities are so often hiding in plain sight. They look boring. So the question isn't just what you will build, but what small, overlooked problem are you perfectly positioned to solve?